What's going on, guys? Aaron here, Curls in the Rack, and today we're finally going to do a review on the seat for the Slinger. Now, it finally came in. We're going to get to the review, but I am a man of my word, and if anybody has watched the other video on the cheaper DIY version of the Slinger seat, I said I was going to give it away, and I am going to give it away. So if you are in the Portland, Beaverton area and you want this seat, go ahead and put it in the comment section. And if you're a subscriber, I'll pick from random, just go down the list, and I will give it away. Anyways, moving forward, let's go ahead and do the review. But first, a quick word from our sponsors.
Oh, hello there. My name is Mike, and I work over at Rogue Fitness in the marketing department. I'm clearly not Aaron from Curls in the Rack because he doesn't wear glasses or have curly hair. But I do love that channel. It's fantastic. Now, I wanted to talk to y'all about something kind of important to me. I've been trying to get my product out to market here for the last 5 years, but Rogue Fitness says it's just too dirty. But anyways, let me get to it. I need your guys' help. Let's say you get a knock at the door indicating that you have a package. And you go out there and no, it's not just some dumb Amazon package. You got a package from Rogue Fitness you've been waiting 90 days to receive. Well, it says Rogue Fitness and it says your gear has arrived. You know how excited you are when you read those words? Well, what I want to do is to bring that excitement to lovers everywhere. And instead of telling you about it, why don't I just show you?
Now, obviously, this is a prototype. It's not going to have cardboard cut out on it, but you get the gist. Underwear for the men, thongs for the ladies.
The possibilities are endless. Come on, Rogue. Why didn't y'all think of this?
Okay, so here it is, the Slinger in all its glory. It did come in two pieces, meaning the seat portion and also the roller portion was out of this unit, and it came in one pretty slim box. It did take 60 days to process the order and then got here about a week later, which was pretty cool. So fast shipping. And it also comes with these two indent pens to hook it to the rack. Okay, so for all you spec junkies out there, let's go ahead and go through the specs, and then we'll get to the rest of the review after that. The whole thing, the whole frame is made of 1/4-inch steel. It is very beefy. It's very heavy. It feels like it's about 80 pounds. It's only 42.5 pounds, but maybe that's just because it's awkward to move around. Anyways, every single piece that touches the upright has a piece of pretty thick UHM plastic, similar to you see on their regular J-hooks. But that's really an added bonus because every time you take this thing off the rack, you're not going to have to scrape your upright. Very cool. You also may notice that the holes right here and right here are the exact same ones on the Slinger for the Monster. This is the Monster Light version, but the only difference between this version and the other version is the pins that you get to hook to your rack. It's the exact same one, which I think is pretty cool because sometimes, take the trolley arms for instance, they make a sort of an inferior product, or they take some stuff out that makes the Monster version special, but not with this one. They actually give you the exact same Slinger, but with just different pins. Pretty cool. All right, let's do our first measurement. So up from the floor, the seat is 17.5 inches. So your booty's gonna go right up on there at 17.5 inches. It sticks out from the rack, from the front of the upright, 27.5 inches. The first hole on the leg anchor rollers, it sits 26 inches. The last hole (31 inches). The pad on the seat, width of this pad is 6 1/8. the length of the pad is 16 inches. And the height of the pad itself is about 2 inches. So let's go ahead and attach this thing. The way you're going to attach it is on the 4th hole and the 6th hole on the rack. Like that. It's a little awkward to put it on there, I gotta be honest, but I mean, once you get it up there, you know, you're good to go. You're nice and secure. And the way you adjust the leg roller positioning to determine what height you need is you're gonna pull this pin here on the front. It has 6 positions that are spaced 1 inch apart, going up to, and then you can also just take the whole thing off. I will say that this thing works a lot better than the one that came with my trolley arms. That one's really hard to pull out, whereas this one is a lot easier. Now, it probably has to do with the fact that the trolley arms are a lot heavier when they're on there, and they're pushing down on it as you're pulling that thing out. But this one functions very nicely. One thing that I did think was a little interesting is the fact that the seat is only 6 inches wide. Now, I personally don't have that big of a booty, but this thing seems a little bit, narrow for my taste. You can still perform the exercises just as well, but at the same time, it's not as wide as a bench. So just keep that in mind when you're getting this, that it is a little narrow. Your butt's definitely going to hang off of both sides, but then again, the weight's going to pull you up off of the bench. So it's not like you're going to be sitting on this doing a bunch of other stuff. Although you could, but that's the only drawback to this, what I noticed when I first got it. All right, let's go ahead and use this thing and pull some weight. As you can see, at the top of the lift, it's snug, but it's not so snug that you don't move at all. You do move a tiny bit. Off the floor, but that's not the end of the world at all. It functions great. You definitely feel secure when you're underneath this thing. And it's all metal. You don't feel like this thing is going to break. It's very well constructed, and it functions just as it should. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. And by that, I'm talking about this pinhole cutout right here, and the fact that there's a ton of open space in between this thing. So I called Rogue up and I go, oh man, when I order this, can you go ahead and throw one of those lower rollers in there for me too? I'll go ahead and pay for that because I'd love a lower roller on here so that I can do stuff from here. And they go, we don't know what you're talking about. That is only for aesthetics. And I go, you're kidding me. It looks identical to the one on top of the Slinger. And they said, nope, I'm sorry, sir. That is actually just for aesthetics. But my guess is it's kind of on an ongoing R&D sort of thing. I know that's definitely what it's going to be for in the future. And maybe by the time this video is released, they've already figured that out. And also they want to sell you something else that you're going to have to pay for. But there's definitely enough clearance between the middle of here to attach another lower roller that you can do sort of a seated row for something. The other thing is that I thought, well, once it comes, I'll go ahead and take off one of the rollers from up there and I'll put it in here. But the width of this is a lot wider than the Slinger itself. As you can see, it's a lot wider in there, and you're going to need some sort of special attachment to attach it to the seat. But I have a feeling it's in the works. But what I do have on the way is the rack-mounted lower pulley attachment that you can use anywhere on the rack, which I'm very excited about. That is the one game changer that I think is going to make the Slinger an awesome piece of equipment. The fact that you'll have a lower roller that you can attach anywhere on the rack to do movements. So you could do face pulls, you could do, curls, you could do seated rows. So that I think is going to be the game changer, and I'm really excited for when that arrives. One downside to this seat is the fact that it doesn't really have anything for you to do a seated row to put your foot against, so where you can anchor yourself. Whereas mine, the DIY one, actually does have a foot pedestal on the front of it. I think that Rogue probably could have built something to be attached for this, but I'm pretty sure that that might be what that center hole is there for, because you can fit an indent pen through it. Maybe they have something that's going to go through there that's going to be a plate for your feet. But like I said, again, they want to sell you more stuff piece by piece, you know. So that being said, I'll probably do a DIY video, and I'll just make something to go on there. So if you want to get this seat, you could actually just throw something on there, and I'll figure out the best way to do that. Another thing to consider before you buy this thing is that it does take up a lot of space, and it's not easily storable. And as a garage gym owner with a limited amount of space, I'm always looking for ways to maximize the space in here, and this thing juts out pretty far, as you can see. What I did is I just have a hook up on here into a stud, because this thing is heavy, and I just hang it on the wall in the hook there. It's just like a hook you can get on Amazon or from Home Depot, but that was kind of the best place I thought to put it. I mean, I could put it up on the rack, but then it's going to be in my way for if I'm doing like an overhead press. I got the, you know, the roller sticking out. I could put it on the front, but then, hey, how am I going to use the trolley arms? I have a lot of space here, but it's not, it's in the way if I attach it to the rack. So that's why I put it over here. Just something to consider before you buy this. All right, and the final thing that we'll go through, and then I'll get out of here, is the price. $275. That doesn't include shipping. I think I paid $315 to get it here. $285 for the monster version, and I think it's because those indent pins are, I don't know, $10 more. But that's really the only difference that you get when you buy the monster versus this one, like I already said. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I covered everything. I tried to anyways. And like I said, I'm going to give away the DIY version. So, you know, hit the like button, subscribe, and then mention in the comment section that you're near me. And until next time, peace.